Alright, I'm back. I said at 1 second. I was on the phone with my mom. But I heard what you said, so don't worry. That Halo 4 is like Call of Duty now. I didn't hear the examples. I tuned out. I was explaining a story before I left anyway. Because... Oh, fuck off.
The Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's here on the Jazz. Well, for the Oklahoma City Thunder, they won their last contest against the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was just
yeah, because he disputed it, and then I had to wait like 3 days, and then they finally responded and said that after reviewing everything, all the proof, that they have rewarded me with a loss.
And the way they were rotating, moving the ball, getting it from side to side,
Here's how I recorded the whole game.
Boy, it was beautiful to watch.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and Kendrick Perkins, their front court trio. Russell Westbrook out there at Martin. And for the Jazz, at the 4 and 5, Paul Millsap and Al Jefferson. Hayward out there with Mo Williams, and it's Williams at the 3 slot.
Good luck trying to figure out how to defend this guy. It's a major order and hard to come up with an answer for him. You know, it came down to the end of the season between the Thunder and the Spurs last year for that #1 seed out west. And the Spurs were able to get it just by a nose, but the Thunder kept pace with them in the conference.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Scott Brooks. We talked about the keys to this game, and he singled out Paul Millsap as a player they've simply got to be mindful of. The coach told me he's always been an energy guy, someone you have to locate and box out every possession. But he's developed his offensive game to the point where he's more than just a hustle guy. He's also a scoring threat now, and a guy we can't leave open. They'll be watching him, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. And a big part, Clark, of why they were able to keep pace was their play against other teams in the Western Conference. They just waltzed right through them, Steve, and it was, for them, a pretty easy venture.
Yeah, pretty remarkable. They finished with a 34-14 record against other teams in the West.
Have you beat the campaign yet?
You know, that put them right behind the Spurs. That's why those two teams were...
Is it fun? I heard it's pretty cool.
Here's Williams, and he makes good on the layup.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as... Oh, man, what a play. He's definitely showing some real sweet dunking skills here.
I've only did the campaign in Halo 3 once, and I don't even really remember that.
Williams gets the bucket.
There's Tyrone Corbin in his second season as head coach of the Jazz. Before that, he'd spent 7 years as an assistant coach in Utah.
Several league changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, 5 times already the lead has changed.
And it's slammed in by Millsap.
Boy, I like the aggressiveness here, guys. Just powering it down that time.
And descended gradually as he lingered on the rim.
Yeah, you got to be careful, too, guys, because the referees will call it. Technical. Pretty easily on that play. He got away with it there.
Derek Favors checked in for the Jazz. Foy comes in for Paul Millsap. Nick Collison's checked in for the Thunder. Going back to Tyrone Corbin, 16-year journeyman career as a player in the NBA. Played for 10 teams in all, the Utah Jazz among them.
Yeah, 3 years in Utah. He was always known as kind of a grinder. You know, every coach loved him because he played so hard. And, you know, those qualities, I think, translate well to the coaching ranks. Corbin knows how hard it is to compete in the NBA, and he knows how hard it is to win. And so he's trying to put his guys in the best position to have success, and I think they really respect him for that. I tell you, the Jazz front office has done a really nice job in Utah. They drafted some excellent-looking young players the last few years. Derek Favors, Cantor, Burks, Gordon Hayward. Yeah. And these are guys who have bright futures in the NBA, and it's just a matter of them growing together.
Shot from the wing. And Kevin Martin, the bucket on the assist by Durant. Clark and Steve, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
Yeah, how about that last lead change, guys? That's number 7 for the game.
And it's Martin missing. No, Steve, you're right on the money. You see glimpses from this young group all the time. You figure it's just a matter of time before Clark, the Jazz are too deep at every position. They've made great headway.
Yeah, they really have, Kevin. They look poised to me to return to the Western Conference power that they were for the better part of 2 decades. So I think it's a great job, terrific job, really, of bringing in some young talent and developing that talent.
Williams kicks to Hayward. He feeds it to Williams. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Oh, that's a frustrating one there. Easy look at the hoop.
God, dude, Kevin Durant is so fucking good.
Now we're cooking with gas, partner. My goodness.
A breathtaking display of aerial supremacy, no doubt.
It's almost unfair, guys. I mean, when you can get up that high, that's crazy.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Nick Collison. Westbrook kicks to Perkins. Puts it up from 17.
So, are you still playing Halo Wars, or are you just giving up on that now?
So for the Jazz, their last game lost to the Raptors. Williams dishes to Hayward. A three-pointer off the mark.
Tell you what, things just aren't bouncing his way this quarter. Well, another hoop there. They're playing well.
Looking to add to this cushion, and that's just what they've done, I think.
Williams passes to Williams. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Westbrook leading the charge.
And another quick strike for them. No question which team is running the fast break better here today.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been lethal in transition.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Thunder out in front, up 9. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
I was impressed with their transition game, guys. They really got out and ran the lanes.
Yeah, they did. I mean, no better way to get easy buckets than through fast break.
So the Thunder 5 right now. The front line, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and Kendrick Perkins. Russell Westbrook out there with Martin. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, though Kendrick Perkins is not a big scorer, the Thunder feel that he's exactly what they need inside. His former coach and current coach of the Celtics, Doc Rivers, said his influence on that team is dramatic to me.
Dude, the kid I'm playing right now is 12-1. And granted, he's the Jazz on the Thunder, but I'm killing him 29-14 right now.
You can just see it on the floor. Kevin Perk's not shy about
So I'm recording, bitch.
Yeah, championship mentality.
Fuck off.
Out to Favors. Westbrook with the steal. For the finish. Whoa.
They're really playing well at both ends. Offensive.
No.
And defensively, guys.
Yeah, it's been a complete performance, Steve. You look back on this game, it's one that you would hope to be able to build on. For so long, the Utah Jazz have enjoyed the benefits of playing here at home. It's just a raucous crowd every night. One of the best group of...
Now we started playing. This kid automatically already lost. He's appearing offline, a little bitch.
Fans in the NBA, and it really helps to give the team an advantage. Boy, are they on a tear. You know what, Stephen? Offensively, you sometimes don't know how or why it happens, but you just ride the wave as long as it's flowing.
Williams dumps it down.
No time wasted getting back off the ground when he got his hands on the ball. I like that quickness of jump.
And that's the idea, right? You know, take it back up strong.
Yeah, of course. I mean, no reason to hold on to it any longer than you have to.
The Jazz using that advantage once again. You come to expect a good home record for them, and 25-8, Steve, they deliver.
Well, they've always been good at home, Kevin, the Jazz have, because of this boisterous home crowd, so loud, so passionate. And now that Utah has this wealth of young talent, I think this city is going to be even more excited going forward.
They really haven't been able to get on track this quarter. I mean, things have just been out of sync for them. This is Kevin Harlan, reached up high and brought it down hard.
Well, that's how you do the dunk, that's for darn sure.
That's how you call the commentator.
You guys are crazy.
And it's Martin missing. Jazz trailed by 19. That's tipped. Westbrook with the steal. Martin kicks to Durant. Lets the three fly. Rebound, Utah. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
And with the Thunder, this is Scott Brooks' first head coaching opportunity, and there's no question he's made the most of it. He's Coach of the Year back in 2010, and that team has so much stability as an organization, but also as a coaching staff and as a roster. They seem to be getting better and better every year.
The Jazz making a switch here. Millsap's checked in. Here's Ibaka.
Oh.
And again, Oklahoma
Ibaka, what
City,
the fuck?
no good. The feet to four. From downtown. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. And for Coach Brooks, you really have to appreciate, Steve, the way he's gotten all the players to buy into being unselfish, that defensive first mentality.
Yeah, no question, and give the general manager credit, too, for putting together a group of guys who are high character and who already have that gene in them to really want the team to do well. Led, of course, by Kevin Durant, the superstar who is also the backbone of this club, Russell Westbrook as well. But Brooks deserves a lot of credit. He's put this together, and he's made it work, and really a nice situation in Oklahoma City.
The Jazz shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Offensive rebound. Millsap dishes to Williams. Again, the miss by Williams. Here's Oklahoma City. They've gone on a 16-2 run, not allowing much. Moves back up. Goes straight up. Here's Perkins. Even after two offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. It's off his leg. And the ref saying he can't. Al Jefferson is checked in for the Jazz. Williams comes in for Randy Ford. 29 seconds left in the first half of the game. Williams for three. Again, the miss by Williams.
Right now, he's in a bit of a funk. I'd look for them to look at other options on offense.
Here's Westbrook. Oh, that's blocked. Perkins, the pass to Martin. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Williams kicks to Hayward. It could go. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
We've seen Kevin Martin getting it done. He has 14 points, and he's been successful twice from three-point range today.
And he'd love to make a couple more of them, too, I'm sure. It makes things so much easier for him inside when he's out beyond the arc knocking down shots.
At the 4 and 5, Paul Millsap and Al Jefferson. Hayward out there with Bo Williams, and it's Williams at the 3 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. The Thunder have shot just one free throw, missing that one earlier.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Guys, as you know, this Oklahoma City Thunder team made it all the way to the finals last year. A great achievement for a team so young. And of course, they still have plenty of room to grow. One big area is improving their passing. Last season, they were dead last in the league in assists. A lot of one-on-one basketball making up their offense. Forward Nick Collison said, "What's going to make us an elite team is being able to play together, share the basketball. I think the higher we go in that statistic will be good for us. Being able to get more wins in a tough playoff series when the defense is really good. You have to be able to move the ball, and that's what we have to focus on." Kevin, they're trying to make a move in that direction.
Of course, we saw that in San Antonio in that series. It almost seemed like they started to incorporate some of the Spurs' great passing into their offense. Just getting better. Lamb dishes to Jones. The second chance effort. And Jefferson sends it back. And Perry Jones gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Thunder making a switch here. Fabit's checked in.
Well, there's no doubt about Perry Jones's athletic ability. 6'11", strong, quick. I think the question with him is his energy, his motor. Got a very laid-back personality. And you have to wonder, does he want to dominate the way great players do? We'll see.
From deep, Williams. And the shot is good. Williams has got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, it's been a real good half for them from beyond the arc, Kevin. I mean, they may as well stick with it.
They had no reason not to just continue shooting the ball from out there because they're in a good flow. They're shooting the ball with great confidence.
Here's Maynard. Shot denied. Got a piece of it. Cephalosha with the steal. And Maynard gets it to go. Maynard's got his first bucket of the night.
Wow, where would they be without all these easy points off turnovers?
Well, it certainly has made things a lot easier for them on offense, that's for sure, Steve. You turn a team over, you usually don't have to worry about set defense.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. It seems like Perry Jones, despite his 6'11" size, considers himself more of a perimeter player. Wouldn't you say, Clark?
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he could be one of those guys that could be conflicted by his vast skills. I mean, he's a 6'11" guy that can handle the ball, he can shoot it, can pass it, rebounds effectively. It's just a matter of him identifying what he needs to do to be impactful on a consistent basis. But he, to me, has a chance to be an outstanding two-way player. And that's exactly what you call a high percentage hooper there.
It sure is.
The one-handed throwdown, gotta love it.
Front pass the arc. Knocked loose, but he recovers it.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
Jazz trailed by 20. Here's Williams. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Shot seems to be a little awry today, just off a fraction. They've got to have him pick it up, though, and soon. It's 2 years running now that the Thunder have been able to win the Northwest Division, Kevin. They might not exactly be considered in the Northwest from a geographical standpoint, but you can believe they are the team to beat in that division.
Passes to Lamb. All alone. Here's the beat. And their work on the board. He's off with the second chance points. The Beats got his first one.
This kid boxed out his own guy.
You know, yeah, guys, last year was a rough
So I could get the
one for him
offensive
to strike.
rebound. That's funny.
It's going to be hard for him not to improve on those numbers. They were that bad.
Back to the Thunder to finish 10-3 in really what was a much improved Northwest Division, Steve.
Yeah, that division is getting better and better every year. You think about, obviously, Oklahoma City, but Denver very strong. Utah has an up-and-coming young roster. Minnesota as well is getting better. And Portland, despite their struggles a year ago, still a difficult team to beat, especially in Portland. So it just shows you how good Oklahoma City was to have that kind of division record.
He dishes it to Jones. Over Jefferson. Oh, trying for it. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level. Well, he's been scoring pretty well on just a few attempts. It might help him out if he was a bit more assertive. An open lane right there, pretty much saw the daylight he wanted and took advantage.
Yeah, great opportunity, and he seized it without much hesitation.
Yeah, a little too easy, if you ask me. The defense really needs to tighten things up here.
And that's a foul. It's called Antabo-Cephalosha. That is his first foul of the game. Williams for three. No good. The full court prayer. The shot no good. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-shot victory. And for the Jazz, they're shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. Taking a look at the Thunder, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and Kendrick Perkins, their front court trio. Russell Westbrook out there with Martin. Westbrook drives in.
Well, with the effort of the new CBA to close some gaps between the big spenders in the league, the NBA also raised the floor for teams each year in terms of the minimum salary cap. So the union insisted on that because they wanted to make sure teams weren't just hoarding their money. And Westbrook is so dynamic offensively. Guys, his ability to score in transition may be unmatched in this league. And I still think he has potential to be even better defensively. So incredible how good this guy could be.
Yeah, he has the quickness and speed to dart in and break up a play, whether it's picking off a pass or just taking it out of your hands.
Shot clock at 6. It's Durant on the wing. The three is launched. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And with that salary floor, as you call it, Steve, I think we'll see a lot more parity as the money disparity shrinks.
Well, we'll see, Kevin. I mean, I'm not sure you can legislate parity. It still comes down to who's got the best players, and there's not that many great players in the world who can make a difference. There's probably 10 true max players in the NBA. So you can try to draw up all the rules you want, but in the end, the best players are going to win.
And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Jazz have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Williams' shot is off.
And that's the way it's been. A big margin for them in the rebounding category. You know, sometimes you got to get down and dirty and do the dirty work. And in this one, they've done it, and it's paid off on the scoreboard in a big way.
Williams against Westbrook. Fades. Martin the pass to Westbrook. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now.
You know, you look at the way a point guard develops at a young age, most of them turn the ball over quite a bit. The game is happening so fast, they're trying to figure out what they can or can't do on the floor. But the more experience they get, generally speaking, the better they get at handling the ball.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Here's Millsap. And blocked. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Yeah.
And Steve, you speak of that from both a GM and a former guard. You've got certainly a great resume in both those areas. It just takes time to adjust to the speed of the game at the NBA level.
And sometimes these talented point guards are so good, Kevin, that they have to figure out what they can and can't do. They feel like they can do everything, so they come into the league, and they've got to just make some mistakes and learn from them, and then eventually settle down and become efficient. Boy, that was way behind the line. Now, he can make that at times. He certainly is one of the guys that can actually do it from there.
Outside Westbrook. Good. Westbrook's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, we're now starting to see them get some high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down there.
Guys, we've talked about how valuable superstar players are in this league, and there's no denying that. They've actually become more influential on their teams, and I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing when they're expecting to have a big voice in personnel decisions, who their GMs are, who they're going to draft. I still think there's something to be said for players staying within the line of being players, superstars or not.
Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Durant for 3. They get it again. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Martin. It's Durant on the wing. Beyond the arc. Durant with another miss. He brought up a great thing about the superstar players wanting a voice on personnel, and some said that for Chris Paul and Dwight Howard when they became discontented, that was a big reason. That they weren't, Steve consulted enough on who the next coach would be.
Yeah, it's a dangerous precedent for the players. In Dwight Howard's case, it's really come to the forefront just how negative that power can be. Sometimes as a player, you're better off just being ignorant to what's going on in the front office. Just focus on your own job. Hey, if they make mistakes, then it's their fault, not yours.
Williams against Westbrook. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Jazz ball. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Outside Durant. The pass to Martin. Over Hayward. He parries it.
I think we can chalk this one up. The goal now is just to run some time.
Yeah, I think it's...
68.
Hey, bring it back. Let's double your money and make it stack.